What is up, guys? Northside here. Welcome to my channel. Okay, guys, flexing time. Yep, here we go. It's a really ridiculous mount, but I showed you that in the last video. Okay, we're gonna continue the tradition I had actually since I started doing this video. So I know a lot of things have changed, and we will not not be going into any kind of drama or all the problems that are still lingering. And me watching the Julia stream last night, the tavern, got me really discouraged, and I'm probably gonna make a video about it later if I feel up to it, because it's really it's really negative, like that kind of behavior. But avoiding the questions from me, from Rainer, from Mia, legit questions that are really kind of important, not even telling us that they're gonna forward that to the developer team. Whatever, guys, this is whatever lands on when when the mod launches, it's on you. No, I'm not gonna sweat about it. Anyway, as the title says, this is a pre-build video. Before we start, I'm going to stress this really. I do have to stress that everything again in this video is a subject to a change, simply because not just like we had it we had patch after patch after patch. Things were changing. I was trying to adjust, and now when we are one uh, patch, because there will be no patch on Friday, if I understood correctly. If I didn't, I'm apologizing and I'm sorry. If that happens, I will gladly update this video, as they stated, that Julia stated, and the guy who was with her, I can't remember even his name, not that it matters, that there will be no patch, which leads me to a couple of conclusions. One is that they're going to launch this bullshit as it is, or that they're gonna apply a patch that we are not gonna be aware of, because I was planning on Friday to that last patch, that last kind of glimpse of hope, you know what I mean, to so I can still test during the weekend and until Tuesday, when is the launch, I suppose, on the 21st. And I can still tweak some stuff, because like I said, I'm doing this for the community and for people who are playing, sadly not namely GWF anymore, but Barbarian. So I don't know how long this video is gonna take, but I'm gonna try to show you in this video how to actually reach the caps. And you will notice that, pardon me, you will notice that my caps are kind of overcapped, if you want, whatever you want to call it. But this is made ready, because me and Rainer and some other people discussed about the caps. You can check Jane's website for some calculations. Thank you for that, Jane. I wasn't using it honestly, but I know that there's a lot of goodies there. So here we go. We're going to start me showing you the basic gear. I mean, this is not basic gear. This is basically end game gear. So on the right side, you can always pause the video. I'm gonna try to keep my mind straightforward, although I'm very tired. I have a bad fucking headache, and that doesn't really matter. But yeah, I can complain to you guys if nothing. You can see these stats, that max offensive stats are pretty much maxed out. So I'm still going with that calculation that 66k is going to be a requirement for a layer of the Mad Mage. They did remove Mad Mage, so giving us because they said it's not going to be available at the launch. Now I don't know why, but I don't even want to break my head over it. So we're going to start with the gear, as we usually did. Whoever is watching my videos, and thank you again, guys, for supporting me all this time. I really appreciate it. That's the only reason I'm actually doing this. This is like, So, gear-wise, we're gonna start from left to right. I will make a note. You guys have to be aware that these are high level artifacts, 300. You can still combine the other artifacts, but I'll get to that. So we're gonna start from left to right regarding the armor pieces: head, armor, bracers, boots. And one other thing, I know that there's a lot of Master Expedition gear that could be useful for DPS, for clerics, for other classes that are not absolutely ruined. So this is like some basic how to reach the required caps and still sustain a lot of damage. single solo combat, mad mage combat. But problem here we got the main problem is downscaling. So I'm not even gonna go into that. So this is me showing you the level 80 fighting gear, stats, and everything else. I will go with the powers, I will go with the boons, I will show you my companions, and I will show you the mounts. Now let's start. The helmet is, as you can see, is a Spy Guild helmet. You can get it for seals in Yawning Portal. Uh, One can argue that I should be using Edge Barber to the successor. However, as you can see, I'm losing somewhat to minimal stats, and the Select of the Spy Guild, I will not read all the tooltip, all the critical strike combat, all the stats. I'm gonna leave that to you. But this particular helmet is gonna give you 5% damage in the undermountain, meaning all areas that you will go through do Runic encounters, and Mad Mage Dungeon will give you 5% damage in the undermountain. Utility slot, Dark rank 15 for 3% companion influence. That actually works. Now we're gonna switch to the armor piece. This armor piece is the edge breastplate of the successor. Also, these items can be restored to give you minuscule, a little bit, very little combined rating and power and armor pen and etc. So this particular armor set is giving you every 5 seconds you run in combat, you will gain 125 defense. If you're longer than 2 minutes in the combat, the ability will not be active. Hopefully, most of the fights will stop there, or not. We will see what will happen in the future. Regarding the armor and weapon, armors enchants for soloing, I'm using Blood Theft enchant. I know that since they changed the 1% for 1,000 stats. I'm doing a, you can fully heal with the blood theft or heal very little, and you know uh, blood theft will become, it's, you gotta take care, you gotta be very careful. However, there are insignias that could heal you, there are companion powers that can heal you, etc. So you have a 10% chance upon dealing damage to heal yourself for 50% of the damage dealt. This worked pretty good when the counter ratings and everything else stats were 1 to 500. Now it's a little less. However, we will see. We still don't have Life Drinker enchant and see what it does, but I don't want to digress that much. If I'm doing a dungeon, I will be using Bark Shield enchantment, and I think it works pretty cool. That's just my personal opinion. Everything in this video is my personal opinion. I am not gonna I'm just gonna give you some tips how I will be doing it, or at least run a couple of mad mages and whatnot. In the defense slot, I have a gigantic enchantment. I have divided three gigantic enchantments, and actually 2 black ice enchantments. Gigantic enchantments is giving me some hit points, some defense, some deflection. I actually am very good on the defense, 66.484. It took me a while, guys, don't mind me, to arrange all the boons, and this is far from over. This can be now fine-tuned, or in regard min-maxing with the stats. I'm there, but I gotta tell you, it's really complicated to, get to these stats and just not lose something here, somewhere there. So I wanted to sustain a lot of power and reaching the caps for armor penetration, accuracy, and combat advantage. Okay, so as I said, gigantic and blood theft, and if I'm doing a party, if I'm in a party, I will be using Bark Shield, meaning dungeon. I'm referring to the Mad Mage. So there are better armors. This is Gurdon's defense. It's giving 40 less combined rating. If I equip it, I will get 1.5k power, lose my minus 2.5k defense, but however I will lose armor penetration and defense, but I will leave that for another video. Okay, so for now, this is the armor piece. I'm using crash guards from the actual Master Expeditions. If you want to check all the Master Expedition gear, I made a full showcase in my Neverwinter Neverwinter online playlist on the YouTube, and you can check it there. Here we got my personal opinion is that I want to squeeze as much power as I can without losing anything. So if these crash guards, for example, gain 250 power for each player in your team times, you know, you can have around 1.25k power extra. Why not? You know, I will show you soon. Well, I am alone here, but regardless. Utility slot always is going to be dark for companion influence. We're going to go to the boots. I'm going to leave the weapons and neck and belt for the last. These boots are actually giving me, when I'm 25 feet closer to my target, my combat advantage is increased by 1.5k. If I add that to this, that's going to be 104 point, almost 105k. I think sweet spot is 106k. I can easily do that, but for the purpose of the video, this is just a basic how to reach your caps pre-build, and these are the guild grades of the successor with very nice combined rating. You can see combat advantage 1990 and 990 awareness with the brute advantage bonus. Now we're gonna switch to the rings. These are Prestige, Raid, and Assault ring. This one is giving a pretty high amount of armor penetration, 8.2k and 3.5k accuracy. So you can see I'm trying to focus on those offensive stats that I want to reach for the Mad Mage, because I'm going to digress here and we're going to go back to the rings. Why am I doing this? Because in all honesty, I will not be running low level dungeons. I will do some tests when and if they fix the scaling, but I want to be ready for level 80 content without every time having to switch the gear. You know what I mean? It's very annoying for me personally. So, you know, as I said, your daily powers do 3% more damage. This one has the same stats, same bonus, daily perk, so it doesn't really matter for me. We have a lot of crit, 7k crit and 4.7 combat advantage. So this is where some high stats are coming from, mostly from the gear and from the companion enhancements. Regarding the pants and shirt, this is a Prestige Assault shirt. You can see that it has 1.9k armor pen, 1.9k accuracy, and encounter reprieve. Whenever you critically strike with your powers, you have a 10% chance to reduce your encounter power cooldowns by 1 second. And the same one here, whenever you critically strike with your powers, you have a 10% chance to gain 25% action point gains. These are Prestige War trousers. These are pants. They're giving 1.3k defense, 2.6k deflection. So we have two different bonuses, and as it stands now, I want to gain as much as I can from the shirt. For example, if anything can reduce my cooldowns, which are ridiculously high, I will use it. And that's why I have 50% crit. Not just because of that, but because I have a lot of crit severity, which I will show you soon, and I'm using vorpal enchantment. So these are pants and shirt. As you can see, I have here black ice in the defense slot, defense, deflection, critical avoidance, and in the offense, as I said, I have full radiance. Look at this. These are all radiant enchantments, so I'm trying to squeeze as much power as I can. Okay. Now we're gonna go hop and check. Since we're on this side, we're gonna check the neck belt set. There are many necks and belts and artifact sets. But I opted for this one. This is an electric collar. Increases action point gain 5% for every 2 seconds while in combat. Dark enchantment, black ice enchantment. Oh, I actually did not change this black ice enchantment. Why not? We will do it straight away. Let me just check. Sorry for this this little. Let me see if I get one radiant 15. There we go. Bound on account, as you can see. Let's take another one. Here we go. So I'm gonna just do that really quick, and why not? Let's have a little bit more power. 162k power. I think this is a decent power, and I will show you how it spikes to 172. Okay, so this is an electric collar. Sorry for that. Dark 15, Radiant 15. As you can see, it has armor penetration and accuracy, which I also need. The set bonus of this is Ornaments of Constructed Demise. When you use a daily power, you will take 5% less damage and will do 5% more damage to enemies for 10 seconds. And you can basically use this one. This is one with the Rune of Fortification. This is Wyvern eye necklace. There is another piece of set. I don't know where it is. That gives 10% damage when you're not facing your enemy, which has sense. It makes sense because most of the time I will be trying to gain more combat advantage. Mind you, if the boss turns away to me, I will not be doing that 10%. So I opted for some balance. Pardon me. So I will take 5% less damage. Why not? Some survivability and 5% more damage to enemies for 10 seconds, and it's to all enemies. Yeah. So single target or you know AOE fight, mob fight. As I said, okay, this is a chained restraints. I'm using this. Mind you, I have to say that all of my armor pieces are reinforced with 880 power. So that's extra over 3.2k power. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Everything is reinforced with major power jewel, and same goes for the jewelry. Every piece of jewelry, which is 4 of them, is reinforced with major combat advantage jewel. Okay, that's really important to know. Now, this is chain restraint. As I said, it's giving 2 dexterity, 2 charisma, critical avoidance accuracy, dark enchantment, and black ice enchantment in defense slot. I was thinking about putting all gigantics, but this is some balance that I can have 66 over some 0.4k defense. Chain restraints, as I said, dex, charisma, dexterity important, for critical severity, and also movement speed. Yeah, because we are very slow, movement has been removed from the game, dark enchantments not giving that, etc. Charisma is also important for companion influence and recharge speed. Okay, so more stats are being transferred to us, and recharge speed is slightly higher combined with the, I don't know, shirt and stuff like that, And my mount insignia, I will show you that. I will show you how it works. So it's a pretty good set, and the belt is okay. And this is actually the artifact that you need for this is Trobian's ring. These artifacts, we're gonna go to artifacts now. I'm gonna leave the weapons for last. These artifacts are giving a lot of power. You can see 3k power, 1.5k defense, 1.5k critical avoidance. Pretty cool. I am using also, it's a part, of course, of electric defense set, and ornaments of constructed demise, basically. Yeah. So you need these 3 items for it to work. The other one I'm using is Staff of Flowers. Again, 3,000 flowers. Fuck. 3,000 power, critical strike, awareness. And we have here Arcturia's music box, a little bit less power, but we got 1.5k armor pen and 3,000 common advantage. Very important for me. Very important. So decent power and nice common. These are all new artifacts, guys. All new artifacts. I presented that also in my videos. You can check it out. And this is my main artifact, 1.5k armor penetration, critical strike, and 3,000 accuracy. So, everything is aligning pretty cool for me, but to reach this, it's gonna involve a lot of grinding and RNG and whatnot, So this actually works as you basically pop this artifact, and it's gonna infect the ads or the boss with venom, and it will deal physical damage, and those enemies or a boss will also take 12% more damage and are weakened, causing them to deal 12% less damage. If you miss a target, the artifact has its cooldown reduced by 75%. So if you miss a target, it will be ready almost immediately. Not immediately, but very, very fast. So this is the gear I am using to reach these stats. Mind you, I am mostly focused on the offensive stats. Now, about the weapons, there are 4 sets of weapons. Maybe something will be better, but as I said, I'm working with what I got now. This is Alabaster Greatsword. Also, I'm using the Vorpal enchantment. It's still best in slot, and it's probably going to stay that, because I do have let me show you, 140 base critical severity. Look at this. Okay, with the potion, with Valstorm elixir, and that's why I'm using Vorpal enchantment, which is giving 50% critical severity. as you can see, at will dailies encounters 50%, and when you activate the daily, you will increase your crit for 3,000 seconds. I don't really care about that. This is not okay. The set bonus at the start of the combat, your power and crit will be increased by 1% for every enemy you are faced when starting a combat, to a max of 10% for 10 seconds. So maybe it's not the best for the single target. Maybe this would be better. Golden Great Axe or the Watcher. At the start of the combat, your power, armor penetration, crit, and defense is increased by 1% for every 10 seconds you're in combat. These increase by 1%, maximum 5% increase. Okay, so this is probably better for a single target, and maybe this is better for the AoE, you know, and so you can dodge between those swords. So I just wanted to like compare that, So Golden Axe, Great Axe, or the Watcher, it's pretty cool. But as I said, it's all up to you guys. If you want to change sets, that's fine by me. This is a Sword Knot. Mind you, the artifact modification I'm actually using is Sure Strike. They changed this, increased damage. You gain 10% flat out damage. Same goes for the Bounding Slam, Enhanced Sentinel Slash, Brash Strike, Sharper, Enhanced Relentless Slash, and Challenger Slash. Okay, but as I said, I'm using Enhanced Sure Strike. So regarding the Alabaster Sword Knot, you have a variety of enhancement modifications here. I am using Power 1. I can't get the roll to 2.5k, doesn't really matter. So let's pardon guys, I do have some throat problems, so I'm not gonna hide from you guys that. I do apologize. So you can get critical strike to 2.5k, health more, combat advantage also 2.5k, awareness, deflect, defense, armor pen, accuracy, critical avoidance. I'm using power. Whatever you're missing, you can try to get it from here. Regarding the modification with AP gain, incoming healing, you can get companion stat bonus, more influence, recharge speed, control bonus, stamina regen, control resist, and I'm using 10% critical severity, as you can see, and I'm gonna keep using it. That's how I gained 140% crit sev. So it's a lot. Combined with vorpal, when I create it's 190%. So yeah. Okay, so these are the weapons. One more time, you can change to Golden Great Axe or maybe even Mountaineer Great Axe. For some range classes, when you're 25 feet closer to a target, your defense is increased by 5%. When you're farther, it's 5% increase in power. But I am a melee, so it's not good for me. So this was the gear. Regarding the ability scores, everything is in strength. It's being enhanced by Campfire and of course Tensor Transformation, which I will show you soon. We're going to go to powers now. Regarding the AoE combination, I am actually using, let me show you just real quick. I find that I would be using basically this, which is Avalanche of Steel, or Avalanche, and or Adamantine Strike. You can combine that with maybe Crescendo and leave the Adamantine Strike. Here's the problem though. These are this ridiculously poorly developed feats. I'm not even using Relentless Speed. I'm just gonna show you what I'm using. So I just picked one of two. I can't really, because I find not so fast ridiculously stupid. Thanks for that, by the way. And we have Indomitable Rage. You can combine that with Blood Spiller, so it's all up to you. I personally prefer to land IBS. When I'm almost full rage or determination, and hit higher. So you can see that increases the magnitude of Indomitable Battle Strike up to 300 as your range increases. Okay, you could use Blood Leather. It's 400 magnitude, and here is the feat. This is Blood Spiller. Increase the magnitude of Blood Leather by 900, but causes Blood Leather to deal damage to you. Now, thanks Ashtadar for reducing the damage. I personally do not feel comfortable taking damage from the hit I just did. Thanks. I mean, I just don't want to use it. It's all up to you guys. But this is my preferred choice. Regarding this is over penetration. This is why it's useful to have a little bit more armor penetration, because whenever you penetrate a shield or defense, your damage is increased by 2% to a maximum 10%. For every 500 armor penetration, you were over their defense. So it wouldn't be so bad to get even more armor penetration than this for Mad Mage. You know, assuming it's 66k maximum cap. You know, required cap. So let's go back to the powers. So that was over penetration. I am not using brutal critical. I find it useless. This is unstoppable spin, again forcing us to use spinning strike. So I'm not even going to comment on that. This is steel slam. Whenever you use an avalanche of steel, you create a circle of unstable ground upon landing, dealing physical damage to enemies. It has nice hits. It's a very wide AOE, and it's adding a slow effect, which is a control effect. And I am using Insignia. When I'm controlling a target, I'm gaining combat advantage damage, which I will show you at the end. We have these two last feats. I never liked escalating rage. I don't feel comfortable being stunned in the middle of the combat. You know, it's not that I'm lazy, I don't want to think about it, but I just find it very annoying. So I opted for relentless battle rage, that I built twice as much rage, but battle rage now only increases my damage by 10% instead of 15, as you can see here. Okay, so I gave up on those 5% damage. It's all up to you. You guys can test it. Soon the launch will come and you can try it out. So these were the feats. About the class features, I'm just going to show you what I'm using. This is Steady Rage or Wrathful Determination only. As we knew it, generate rage over time while in combat. I don't personally I don't like using that, so let me show you how it works. Just 1 second. Raging strikes is my preference, so I'm just gonna switch here. Increase the damage of your attacks dealt by maximum 5%. You know, rage increases the damage, so you know I think it's pretty cool. Still low damage. And the second one I'm using, let me see here. This is our barb strikes. Increase the severity of your critical strikes by 25%. This I'm just gonna show you some about the at-wills. I don't want to forget. Sure Strike is still of course the main, and Relentless Slash, that's giving 5% damage buff for 12 seconds. You know, I am trying to still use as much as I can. You know, just look here. This is a Adamantine strike, this is a daily strike. Mind you, I do have full combat advantage, so some sort of the rotation would be like this. You have to be careful because hidden daggers are actually giving extra magnitude to the first surprise attack you do after it's activated. So what I like to do is basically, you know, pop the artifact, pop Tensor Transformation for more strength than others, debuff the target, land an IBS, then if I have a lot of enemies in front of me, I'm gonna try to use this and hit as much as I can with this, with X-Storm, okay? Now let's see one more time, so... let it go off the cooldown a little bit. So you can combine it, you know, but I will show you that on a single target. So maybe I will just land an IBS, do hidden daggers, and then drop everything as much as to hit as much enemies as I can. You know. So that Adamantine strike, let's charge him one more time. Boom. So artifact to envenom the target, Tensor Transformation, debuff the target, use Adamantine Strike to hit as much enemies as you can. They're receiving more damage, hidden daggers, and here we go, you know. So that's AoE. I would show you this in combat, and I will in some of my future videos, but okay. So that was some kind of rotation. You gotta be very careful with hidden daggers, but because it can make a difference um, even in a single target or AoE fight. And so let's see, where were we? Okay, these are the boons. Now guys, I am not gonna read all the boons, it will just take too much time. um, the single target rotation only for the end, by the way. I will tell you that I put everything I can in the power, that I maxed out accuracy, that I maxed out deflect. I will tell you that I even maxed out critical strike, and wherever I could I put a lot of points in hit points, you know. I find these boons absolutely useless, I find them ridiculous, and I never liked them and I never will. So you can see hit points, power. I didn't even put anything in a, you know, versus demons. So I maxed out my power, stats that I deem that I will need: critical strike, accuracy, and armor penetration. And for example, this is marathon runner, which will increase movement speed by 2.5% per rank. Also, I find that useful. Also, I maxed out combat advantage rating by 2.50 per rank, so that's maxed out. As I said, accuracy, deflect. Also, I have put 4 points in recovery speed. You can choose from call of power, maybe action point gain, whatever you need. So I maxed out critical severity here, 4 out of 4. That's 4% extra. And for the master boon, I personally choose Deathly Rage, chance on a kill, to do the following for 10 seconds on a kill. Increase combat advantage 500 per rank, which means 1.5k. Increase damage 2% per rank, which means 6%. And add, pardon me, 4000 damage per rank to each attack. So we have that. And like I said, this is recovery speed. You can choose also action point gain or maybe something else. This is totally up to you. Guild boons are defense, power, and that's it. That's what I'm using. Now we're gonna go to the companions. This is the most important thing actually. Most of the stats you're seeing here on me are basically, you know, uh, let me just make this right. Okay. Most of these stats you're seeing here with me are coming from the companions. Okay, so as I'm using Bullet Pop, because Bullet Pop is giving combat advantage, defense, and power, and you can see these stats are pretty nice, very cool. This is the hell they're transferring for us. You can always pause the video. I know this may be a longer video, but I think this is very important. Okay. Now, before we get new gear for the companions, I work with what I got from the campaign. You see that I'm using heroic necklace. It's not even 5, it's 4. It gives some combined rating, armor pen, combat advantage, and this is the same one here. And you will notice that I managed to actually use this dinky collar, which gives 5k crit and 5k accuracy, so I can get my accuracy on a sweet spot. And I got rid of reconded runestones and other runestones. So I'm using basically 5 and power runestones rank 5, and you can see what power is giving me. You know, it's a little lower, but it's okay. Now here's the thing. This is the main companion enhancement. I'm using potent precision, and it's a chance on hit to increase you and your companion's critical severity by 4%. I was like hopping from that to 2000 power randomly. I choose 4% critical severity, so in total I should have 194 if my math is correct. There is a lot of companions. I suggest to go to Reiner's channel, subscribe also, and the guy is doing excellent work, more than Cryptic is actually deserving. This is all for the community. Even he said that. I don't want to speak in his name, but we had some conversation. Just check what will be best for you. Now, because this is a pre-build for a Barbarian Blademaster, I'm going to tell you that I'm using the Pro Presence 8000 power. I will tell you that I'm using Cryptic Insight for 2000 defense, some combat advantage, 4000 combat. So that's 8000 and 6. That's already 14,000 stats for us, man. You see what's going on? So I'm using Minstrel Discipline, 4k power, awareness, Face Spider Presence, 2k critical strike, 4k combat advantage, and of course Mercenary Discipline, 4k power, 2k combat advantage. This is a very good pet. Now it would take so long for me to show you all the companions variations, but trust me guys, it took me a lot of time to get to these stats where I am now, and I'm guessing they're gonna fuck something up again, you know, and I'm gonna have to do it all over again. So one more time, these are the necklaces and the belt I'm using. We can just debate now if I should use, you know, dingy belt. This is defense deflection. This is critical strike combat advantage. It has a little bit higher combined rating. However, when the mod hits, we're not gonna have new gear straight away from leveling. Yes, but I'm assuming we'll get better gear. But this is it, what I'm using: Minstrel, Face Spider, Mercenary, Cryptic Insight. Here one more time: Mercenary, Face Spider, Minstrel, Baby Decro Presence, Potent Precision. So as you can see, I'm trying to balance more power I can, as much as power I can get, not endangering my you know my combat advantage, etc. You know, or critical strike and whatnot. Now about the mounts, I am actually using Fierce Predator now, which I divided for 2000 armor pen, 2000 power, and I'm using it so I can again get that sweet spot of the stats. You know, you can use 4k power, you can use 4k accuracy, it's all up to you, 2k this, 2k that. Now the Tensor Transformation I'm using only for the mob clearing. Usually I would just switch back to Bat Swarm. You know, here it is. But I find Tensor Transformation, just it's activated and I can get that extra uh, strength, condex, whatever, you know. So these are the mounts. Movement, of course, this is the mount I'm riding. And now we're gonna go to the Insignias. Now I know everybody, you know, most of you guys are gonna do your own work, but this is what I'm using currently. It's working fine. I'm practically don't have any problems in any area. I can still solo things. I just don't want to show it anymore. But you know, I probably will to prove a point how broken scaling is and whatnot. So the first one, as you can see about it, they're all legendary Insignias, and a lot of stats are coming from here. You know, 1.120 power is a lot, you know, plus companion influence. So it's mostly dominance, you know, dominance, and some skill Insignias. Again, I know I don't need that much crit, but I do need combat advantage. And this is Assassin Covenant. You lose 1,000 of your defense, deflection, crit avoidance. You gain it. You gain accuracy, armor pen, crit, and combat advantage. Artificer Persuasion. Whenever you use an artifact power, your cooldowns are reduced by 2 seconds. Guys, I know it's not a lot, but you know, with this high cooldowns, I do prefer to have it. You know. This is combatant maneuver. Again, when I control a target, I don't control target a lot of times, but when I do Avalanche of Steel, you know, there's a lot of enemies that will take this extra combat advantage damage, you know. I don't know if the tooltip is right, for 10 seconds. This is Gladiator's Guile. Since we are restricted with movement, you can see when your stamina is above 75%, you move 10% faster. When your stamina is below 25%, gain 10% stamina gain. This is Cavalier's Warning. Again, whenever you activate the mount power, you gain 1000 to all your ratings for 10 seconds, meaning 1000 power, armor pen, defense, blah blah blah. So we're not getting ability scores anymore. That was my lapsus, I do apologize. And this basically should sum it up. So I think I showed you everything. Only thing I got left to show you, you know, is the single target kind of a rotation. It's not a big deal. I'm using Frenzy instead of Bloodletter because I didn't even feed it Bloodletter. Battle Fury is out of the question, etc. So also for single target, I do like to use Crescendo. It has 1.6k magnitude. Nothing wrong with Savage Advance. This one is just a little, you know, higher hitting, if you know what I mean. So usually I would switch my mount power to Bat Swarm and just we should just go debuff the target, activate the swarm, activate the artifact, drop that IBS, this, go into rage, and then you can see 609k flourish, and then we're back to at wills, which are ridiculously low, sadly. Yeah, I actually somebody made a nice joke, if you know what I mean, and that whatever is off cooldown, just use it. But you know, we can do something like this. Just, you know, debuff the target, land an IBS, hidden daggers, go into rage, and drop this. Mind you, I have full combat advantage. You do have to be aware of that. I have full combat advantage. Now this could be also be interesting. We can also use this. This is a crescendo. Not a bad hit. Land that IBS, do hidden daggers, activate the swarm, activate the artifact, and hit it. 306k, not crit. Still combat advantage is full, and I will gain this. And I can show you these stats now. Here, this is how it looks like. I'm a little, maybe 1.2k less combat advantage than I should be. Doesn't matter. So it takes a little thinking, but it's really not that big of a deal, you know. So I do hope this video will help you, you know, and well, I mean, I'm pretty sure I forgot something, but you know, I will make a final build video. There's a lot of gear that's dropping from the master expeditions, and you know, maybe it will be more useful to you guys. One more single target rotation, although my hidden daggers are on cooldown, so we can do this. Activate the swarm, activate new artifact, land that IBS, hidden daggers, rage, and then here we go. As you can see, 50-50 crit, you know. So mind your buff bar that everything is active. One more time. Hidden daggers, unstoppable, and this. See, it's now 255k non-crit, which is why I'm kind of stressing that you do need combat advantage. You just do need it. So that was it, guys. Thank you for the follows, thank you for the subs, thank you for all the support. I only find it I had to do this video, and I will probably provide some kind of a final build, but for now this is it. This is what you saw, and yeah, since there is no new patch next week, I'm going to try to cover some stuff that I find interesting, and we will see. Here we go, 106k combat advantage, now drop because I'm out of combat, you know, so everything is where it's supposed to be. So thank you guys, thank you for watching, and I'm gonna render this and upload it. Grease to Stefan, my friend, thank you for the awesome thumbnails, and I will see you guys soon. Thank you for watching, and don't forget, this is all subject to change. There's a lot of variations, etc. Bye bye, and have a good week.